Well, I left Bratislava and I was due to arrive in Budapest about 4 days later, on May 9th actually. And it was wet. It was raining. It was supposed to stop like at 9 in the morning, but I checked again around 8:30 and then it said 11 o'clock. So either way, I suited up and hit the road, and it ended up raining all day long. Yeah, but I did finally reach my campground for that night, which turned out to be a side yard for a resident. Very, very nice. And the owner, while I was setting up, and he allowed me to set up inside of the sheltered area where he stored his picnic tables and the like. He shows up with a bottle of schnapps, and there was another couple in an RV there from the Netherlands. And we all took one shot of the schnapps, and this was some powerful stuff. It really surprised me. Not a whiskey drinker, but one was more than enough for me. But maybe it was that, maybe I was just tired, but I really got a great night's sleep that night. As soon as I entered Hungary, I realized that there was a big change. I don't know what it was, but I could tell I wasn't in Kansas anymore, that's for certain. Things were just different. They appeared to be much more worn and not too well kept. And I was thinking, I hope this gets better, but just really wasn't sure what was going to happen. As you can see, it was wet, cloudy, and overcast all day. And the last time I would see the Danube was when I crossed the bridge from Bratislava and headed inland, and soon I was in Hungary, and I would not see the Danube again for a couple of days. This route just takes you out in the middle of nowhere. Most of it, fortunately, was on some sort of walkways, bikeways. Occasionally, as you got closer to towns, you would have to ride into the traffic with the cars, but they were all very courteous, and as long as I was in the more rural areas, things were very, very safe. Cars seemed to expect you, and they just took their time, waited to pass you. Bicyclists and pedestrians seem to have the right of way here. I'm not really sure if that's a law or just the culture, but it works out really nice. As depressing as it appeared to be in Hungary, the people are just amazing. Very warm, very open and outgoing, and the food is absolutely delicious. Along the way, in these more rural areas, there was the occasional reminder of socialism. There would be abandoned Soviet-style buildings, but on a few of these buildings, there were like statues or pieces of art reminding people just how wonderful the socialist form of government was. I don't know why these weren't completely blown off the walls or torn down, but they're there, and it's kind of nice. It's a nice reminder of what the past was. And Hungary has had a turbulent past, especially since World War II. Initially, they took sides with the Germans, and that was until 1944, when they decided that they would flip sides and come along with the Allies. But the problem there was the Germans, in no short time, occupied their country until the end of the war. And they were not really high on the priority list, shall we say, when the war was over, and they ended up being under Russian control. This little wall piece was most interesting because basically it says, "With us, all things are wonderful. We are one." And again, it was an abandoned building. It was in more of an industrial complex that was pretty much all abandoned, very worn and ugly looking. I mean, it was just a mess. But it's there. And it's a constant reminder of what the past was in Hungary. Most of this region is strictly agricultural. They grow a lot of wheat, and it looks like some oats and other crops. I'm not really sure what they were. They were just still in the planting stage. But again, most of the trail just went alongside of highways. I did get to briefly see about a 1 kilometer stretch of bike pathway that was actually next to the Danube. You can see glimpses of the river through the trees occasionally, but I thought, oh boy, I made it, but it just didn't happen. It came to an end abruptly when I made a sharp right turn and climbed up a mud and dirt trail for a short distance to go back up onto the highway. My last day on May 9th, I rode to Budapest, and this was 50 kilometers of sheer terror. Within a few kilometers, I was on a very busy highway, still somewhat rural, and the advantage was the cars were patient for me. But I was also on a 25-kilometer climb, and the last kilometer or two were steep, 6, 7, 8% climb. I was geared down, not going very fast, and I was getting closer and closer to civilization, and it was hairy at times. I did not enjoy this ride whatsoever. Ended up being 2 hills to climb. Both of them were long, severe slugs, and finally entered Budapest. And from all the things I'd seen in Hungary, they were immediately eradicated. This is just a stunning, beautiful, vibrant city. I've been to I don't know how many cities throughout the world. I have never seen a city that matched this one whatsoever. It is clean, it is neat, it is organized. There are thousands and thousands of people. People are out enjoying themselves, enjoying the city, enjoying everything about it, the culture, the richness, and so forth. When I rode into this town and coming down the hill towards the bridge to cross the river to actually get into the city officially, I looked over to the north and I could see a very, very large building. That has to be a basilica. So I thought, well, the next day I was going to take a walk, and that would be my destination, was to go visit this basilica. And I got over there and I kept looking at it, and I did not see any type of Catholic or Christian symbols around the building. And I was beginning to wonder, what is this? But there were some sort of security guards patrolling the area, and it clearly marked you couldn't trespass, couldn't enter, and so forth. So finally I asked a guy who was walking by himself what the building was, and he said that it was the Parliament building for the government. Absolutely beautiful. The grounds, the statues, just the entire day in the city was just overwhelming, just terrific. I truly enjoyed it. I'm not a big city person, but this city I have enjoyed immensely. Now, if you've worked your way all the way through this video, which I hope you have, a couple things. One, I hope you watch it on YouTube, because if you're just clicking on the link within my Crazy Guy journal, I don't get credit for it. But that's neither here nor there. I really hope you have watched it, you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please subscribe to this channel, like it, and share it. And I'll be back probably in a couple weeks. My plan is to ride from here to Munich, Germany, without taking a day off. I may take one off. I haven't decided yet. It's basically 13 days to Munich from here. So I may take a day off in between. I just haven't decided, but the next video will come from Munich, Germany, and that is going to be 2 weeks away. So I hope you stick with me, and thank you very much, and simplify to everybody.